Over the last 2 years, Mattias FALCK, 27 years old, world rank number 16. In the court, it is France's own GAUZY.
We've seen so many Chinese, haven't we? Especially in the women's game, but Mattias FALCK and GAUZY. Big.
That what?
The wig.
No, natural. In front of the home crowd. Gardosh, Robbie Gardosh, Thiago. GAUZY here, currently world rank number 34. Not too long ago was world rank number 8. And he's had some strong results, but after a little time off, some injury, he has come back strong. And Park Gong-hyo, GAUZY took big responsibility again by knocking out Xu Xin. But the winner here will have the career of the career performance at the World Championships. Their career highlights. GAUZY, wait a sec. Okay, now he's ready. Best of 7, love all. Good side spin there on that Chiquita. That's and Patrick Sheila was part of the generation we saw do it so effectively. He's a table tennis coach. I'll explain that in a moment, maybe on a towel break. Good tight serve here. Quite as much spin, a flatter shot. This is a brilliant tactic, and at the earliest attack, he's serving short to the forehand, so Mattias FALCK has to play a passive shot or go for an ambitious attack that's out of the comfort zone. Again, the tactic to end the rally quickly.
A different pace ball, aren't you, from his backhand, which has got the smooth rubber.
So coming into the towel break here, serves back on GAUZY's side, leading by 2. That's the steady backhand. Now, while the forehand is more Oh,
that was a nice long push receive.
As the tactics are constantly changing, you have to sort of solve the puzzle in real time.
I'll remind you.
Thank you. Spinny opening backhand, and he was so strong over the table, he just really didn't allow Xu Xin to get his. He kept it unpredictable. That's a big point. That one came a little bit loose. I couldn't believe how well controlled he was. And again, a little bit longer push into the middle. Reptile, the snake. Very well played point from both sides. As if he was playing high-lie, and the ball comes in with underspin, but it's tough to read. Pacific. Outstanding shot. Down the net chop, Mattias FALCK. Good use of side spin here to bend that block on the backhand side. And Simone sends him out wide, but played more central. One person to really make that internationally quite visible, how you can really spin the ball with short pips. A little extra time, and now it's 2 game points for the Swede in the lead. What can you do against that? So strong. Just relentless counters and attacks. No soft play here. And Mattias FALCK in control, was behind the whole game. A little bit faster serve. Now, it's not easy to serve short with topspin. Tough to read, but it appeared similar, just closed receive.
That nice little push, and then he
has such a wide wingspan and such a fast backhand. He covers so much of the table with it. That's the place, that's where it happens.
Oh, beautiful. Fist bump there. As I got that one on the diagonal.
The arc of this ball is just giving too much comfort to Mattias. GAUZY, it's not a bad shot, but against Mattias FALCK, he preys on this. He waits for the ball to sit up a little bit. That being said, on
that slow-mo.
Felt like it, and we saw. That's, you got away with something, but you're gonna have to change your plans. Good call, good call. The rally player with inverted rubber on both sides of the racket, or maybe slightly less, but once the rally gets long, it gets much less comfortable for GAUZY than FALCK.
Oh, so flat.
Finally, a human moment from Mattias. Like the way Lucia once sets up at the back of the table, that's what Mattias FALCK does, a step behind. And he has the power to make it with spin. Nice change.
Hard to win a point.
Sometimes hitting the ball hard against a hard hitter is not a battle you want. Good recovery on the chase from behind the position. Simon GAUZY knows he can't just leave it on the table. Good. Wow.
Long or short or...
Now this one, he gets a slightly looser ball and just pounces. Moving over to the forehand side of the table, changing up the geometry for the receiver. And it pays off. Spin really does make a difference. 1 game point saved, 1 to go.
Oh, wow.
That was spectacular. Simon GAUZY, if he can't win the play it there. So here we are, deuce in game number 2. There's never GAUZY's service error, so game point to FALCK. Got into the point pretty quickly. Ooh, this tight kicking serve. Contingency in the crowd making themselves quite well known here. There's the power from behind the table, roars with victory and ties up the match. 1 game apiece. This could be a long one, and it's definitely going to be an exciting one. We'll be back. Back for game number 3. Simon GAUZY roaring with relief. But there's a lot on the line for both of these players right now. I say that in the final, that is guaranteed to not be Chinese. And both of these players have a decent shot at it.
Oh, great placement there. Mattias playing good table tennis. Oh, and I say that, and then he puts one in the net.
Well, his middle's a little bit smaller than that of Mattias FALCK. Still a challenge. This one gets a little bit loose. Tight serve. Happy belated birthday to Jorgen Persson.
Was that this?
Just kidding. It was, yeah, about a week ago. I'm like 11 months ago. I'm just really behind. I don't do social media. No, Jorgen Persson has the youngest spirit. He's always in a good mood of the Chinese national team to really show that they're capable. Bit of a risk here, but I think he's going for that inside-out forehand from time to time. Second service error.
That's the 3rd time now.
But that receive is going to have to take a little bit of fun. Very subtle contact, yeah.
But he must be thinking, you know, you're in control when you say.
Sorry with the music and the promo being played in our match. Edge, but no one did, so phantom edge for me up here. Shot missing the table. Much advice. It sounds weird, but a lot of it is just a bit of a engineer. You know, you learn how to find the new tactics and the tactical changes. That's part of figure out what needs to be done. 1 game point saved, 6 to go. Those long arms almost gets it back. Well, deceptive spin on that pendulum serve. You know, 10-6. Top of the net and out. And an escape from Mattias FALCK takes advantage. 11-6, the most dominant game we've seen yet after quite a tight game number 2. It's a 2-1 lead. Back for game number 4. A little bit of conversation down there. Not quite sure what the conversation was with Mattias FALCK and the umpire. Oh, I see some clear hands in table tennis. It slows down the racket movement. Table, if it doesn't catch an edge, I think you might get it back into play.
Oh, that was clever, that slow ball.
Right back to the middle. Not much room for a backswing.
Yeah.
So Jill on the other side of the draw. Liang Jingquin and Ma Long are battling. One will have a place in the final. The fairly convincing win, if I remember correctly, for Ma Long. But that's usually how it goes for anybody. There's the strawberry. The strawberry. Self-motivation, is it?
Oh.
So this start back, but being down 1-3, not ideal for Simone GAUZY.
Oh.
That's the two-handed backhand. I think it's, you know, when someone does something once and it works, that they get this. I even saw Hugo Calderano do it again the other day. Champion. "95 centimeters, something to that effect. I think he's 6'4.5", so maybe it is 190. Second towel break, and Mattias FALCK is not leaving a lot of answers, but more so the Socratic method here. He's leaving a lot of questions for GAUZY, like, how can I stay closer to the table? That you will be uncomfortable. But he's driven on. And 11-3 domination out here for Mattias FALCK. He's playing an incredible game of table tennis right now. I mean, answers to shut down the Swede in the lead. Same tactic to start off. Game number 5 is to start. How fast that first ball, that first attack comes in. He's keeping it in play aggressively. Mattias FALCK, please turn them in immediately. Oh, in the table. Maybe this is why they call it fishing, because in some senses when you're back here, you're fishing for the lake. Sort of hanging out with the line in the water. I've always wondered why they call it now.
I don't know really, because I mean, fishing is very sedate, isn't it? Just stand there with a
little unpredictable to the middle of the table. I mean, it's a hammer. Second time. I'm working out though, I can handle.
Ooh.
That was the snake. Just long. He knows he has to keep it deep in this point, so he's aiming singles, round of 32. So he's already made it 2 rounds past. It's a good philosophy. Back from the timeout, Mattias FALCK prepped. Ooh. Now again from this camera for me with Mattias FALCK. A little unfortunate here in terms of one side or the other. And he recovers the net with a net ball of his own. But against the top players, Simone GAUZY has improved so much by staying close. That's the one. Now Shushin is...
that up well, didn't he?
Yeah, he tends to, and he has to. Different serve coming in, obviously. The mirror. Ooh. 1 point between them now. That is unbelievably fast here. I think for Mattias FALCK to stop the comeback. I thought with that ball, fortunately for Mattias himself, put in some power. 2-point lead and 2 points away. 1 point away from a spot in the semifinal. The recently married Mattias FALCK. Countered, he counters and he takes the Shushin's defeater. He wanted just the court. This is the happiest I've seen Mattias FALCK in a long time. He cannot shut down the grin, runs over to Jorgen Persson, JP to celebrate, and has to make the, I'm really sorry for you, man, you had an incredible tournament. But he pulls out the right face, shows Mattias FALCK for a live interview.